Are we streaming? Is everything good? Is everything great? Yes. Yes, I believe so. Okay. Get my headphones back on. Okay, everybody. Welcome back to Stasis. We are going to continue. Okay, we need to turn that stuff off. I believe we read that already. Did we already read these? Yes. Security terminal, atmosphere control access. Yes.
We'll need to figure something out here.
Ladies and gentlemen, please take a moment of silence to remember Henry Kane. We ask that you join us in recognizing
I know we need to turn off the gas, but how do we do that? We can't go in there anymore.
No power to the elevator.
Why not? I wonder, can we use the screwdriver on...
It doesn't work like that.
Well, why not? Why don't it work like that? About here.
No, that's ridiculous.
Is there anything in here I missed? Oh yeah, we can go down here.
This is a long way down.
Go down. Fine then. Oh. Is there something in here that I could use as a rope? Some of the beds here support small safe in which obviously use personal effects and valuables. The locker is open but empty. Excuse me. Whew. The hell was that? Linen bed sheet. Okay. Can we use it? No, this is weird, but let's just try. It works.
Okay, now let's see what I can do.
It does work, yeah.
Easy goes.
Please don't die.
Oh shit! Oh shit!
Are we dead?
Damn it! How the hell am I gonna get back up?
God, John, you're gonna get yourself killed.
Hey, this is all new to me.
Let's see. Pipes. A dense web of pipes obscure the view after just a few feet. The path along these tracks form a wave that runs along the top of the unnavigated thicket of tubes. The hollow tubes snake cylindrically in their cavities. Yes. Access drain. An unfamiliar smell emanates from the corroded drain. Which way do we want to go first? Let's go this way. Hopefully there are no monsters down here. Please let there be no monsters. Oh, there's dead bodies. Overhead access pipe. This throwaway passes over the channel below, providing access between the two terminus points. The sides are scored with a variety of markings. Corpse. John Curtis, classified Kane Corporation. Data tag 7907. Blood type O negative. Security level classified. At first glance, the Hasselmer skeleton seems to lurk in wait like a prehistoric predator. What do you mean? What are you doing? Fallen grating. A lump of metal has fallen from this jungle of alloys. Brendan Brown, classified, King Corporation, personnel data tag 7919, blood O negative, security level classified. Remy Andre Borgin, classified, King Corporation, personal data tag 7901, blood type O negative. They're all O negative. I mean O positive or O negative. Can we go up here?
See if these people weren't just killed. Look like they've been skinned.
Eaten?
No. I went hunting with my uncle when I was a kid. I know what skinning looks like. I never did it myself, but I saw it.
I'm a vegetarian.
The tree stands as skeletal as the other remains in this room. Corpse, Stephen Cameron, computer systems specialist. Data tag 5171, blood A positive, security level 3. The bodies clutch one another in a strangely animate embrace. Neon sign. The name of the club glares in radiant neon, whose ultraviolet lights dance around the room. Sergei Koptev, operations officer. Personal data tag 4273 GNS, blood type B negative, security level 3. The seductive dancer sways her hips in a silent tune.
This looks like a recent addition.
Can we turn it off? Paul Cook, junior engineer, personal data tag 3701, blood O positive, security level 3. Visa Tovenier, electrical engineer, personal data tag 3511, blood O positive, security level 3. David Leggetti, Environmental Systems Specialist, Personal Data Tag, 4597, Blood AB negative, Security Level 3. Let's see what your data pad say is. Come on. Never Chambers. Play game, Holocule. Oh. January 4th, can't believe I'm actually in space. I know that I have a whole lot of people have been here, but you really don't appreciate the cosmos until you see it from beyond Earth's atmosphere. It's not something to be taken for granted. I hope this is the beginning of a long journey for me. If I could just live in the void for eternity, I would give anything. Ooh, damn. June 24th. I don't miss Earth at all. Unbelievable. The gazes of passing asteroids are less cold than most humans. It's amazing to see all the constellations up close and personal. I've started writing a comic about myself, the Space Adventurer. Although I've just been sweeping and dusting in the Groom Lake, I know it's my key to become one with the cosmos. September 11th. My comic book is coming along nicely. I've decided that I'm not going to make myself a superhero, but I'll lead a team of super geniuses and will use the power of the universe to save it. My sidekick is Carl Sagan. Einstein pilots and Bride Pond, that's my awesome ship. And Hawking crushes stuff with his cyberkinetic limbs. Issue 1 is done. Ooh. December 26th. Despite what I've been through, I still love space. I've seen enough movies to know how this is going to end for me. I wish my comic books hadn't been lost in the tremors. They were pretty much my final testament. I even finished issue 6. We destroy a race of parasitic squid-like guys. Except we keep one as a pet and train it to fight for us. It also bites Einstein, who gets a cool scar as a result. Anyway, it's too late for that. I'm gonna spend my final days taking in the universe through any window I can find. Peace out, universe. Tom Bean, blah blah blah, Assistant Intelligence Officer, King Corporation. So a spy? Personal data tag, 7591, blood, A negative, security level classified. Pool table. Though the transparent surface of the pool table, you can see how the metal grating bends towards the massive rupture in the center of the room. Go, 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 dude. June Lois, Mission Specialist, Personnel Data 5757, Blood B negative, Security Level 3. The bodies on the pool, 2 bodies lie splayed on the pool table. They may have tried to escape what killed the others here. Door to the main annex. This door leads back to the main annex. Corpse. Michael Manel Angelo de Veras, Tactical Officer, Personal Data Tag 4151, Level 2. The skeletal remains lie clustered together around the room, as if they died in a stampede or clutching each other. Somehow the bones hold no scraps of flesh. A pool cue rests atop the game table, the tip chalked with ready to use. PDA. Stacy Depinar. November 3rd. Tammy and I had a great evening together. This mystery alcohol is pretty much a miracle. It made my throat burn terribly though. Ha ha. November 23rd. Oh my god, I thought I was really going to starve. This stupid fungus crap ruined all the food. We finally got a delivery and it was great to eat something. The new food isn't as good as the food Hydro makes though. November 27th. I wonder if King Corp would let us volunteer for Project Seed. Surely they would give us some great benefits for volunteering. You just have to have been pregnant before, I think. Do abortions disqualify you? I'll look into it. November 30th. Nope, they need volunteers who have actually birthed a baby or miscarried late in the pregnancy. You have to be at least 18 years old for whatever reason. How'd Kane know I was 17 anyway? I thought those documents looked darn realistic. Oh well, I guess I didn't want a bunch of experiments on me anyway. December 19th. I'm literally freaking out. The groom went like boom and then stuff started falling and shaking. I almost got a fork stuck in my neck. Jeb got cut under a bed. Now I feel bad for calling him a creepy old man all the time. December 20th, I had a good idea. I said that we should use the tubes that we send the experiments through to get people to medical because the trams are broken. Everyone loves me now. Tam is going to help. She's so brave sometimes. I'd go too, but she said not to. She's kind of like a mom to me, but she says that would be weird because we're best friends. December 26th, Tammy's not back yet. I don't know what to do. If I never had that stupid idea, she'd be okay. It's my fault. Robin says it's not my fault, but I know it is. I'm just so stupid and useless, like I was at home. I don't even have a home. All I do is hurt people. December 28th. Ugh. I wanted them to get me. I killed Tammy, now it's my turn. Zane carried me to the recreation area. I kicked and screamed as loud as I could, but he dragged me in anyway. I wish I would be a good person like him. I'm useless. I think I'll sit by the door so that they get me first. Maybe I can buy everyone else a second or two. Huh. Okay. I'm going to save. But first, let's go through here. We can't go to the door to the main end? Okay. Wonder what did that to all of them. Okay. Save again. Because, guess what, guys? There's an achievement to hit ourselves with the pole cue. There we go. Opening break shot. Suicide. How? Stasis. Oh my god. Oh my god, so shocking. This one. Load. Do I hit this? Oh, I do. Oh no, now there's another thing to do. Oh well. Well, I guess I gotta save again. Because, if you all guessed it, we gotta use a lighter on ourselves now. It burns! Ooh. I don't know if that one would cause that much blood splatter, though, just to say. Go back here. Load. Oh my god. Actually, can we use the Pure Cool?
This isn't going to work.
Okay, can I use this?
I can try to make it fit, but it may break.
What if I use the screwdriver?
This is a useful drill.
Wait, we can use the hologramic dancer. Oh, I see what we're doing now. Now we can go down. I don't think there's anything else useful here at all. Bam. I kind of feel really bad for those people, all being trapped in that one room. Sludge. This patches of sludge reflects the maze of slats above, creating a queasy illusion of infinitude. Drainage pipe. A massive open drainage pipe rings the center of the room, just barely protruding above the flood of sludge. A methane gas tank. A gas tank full of methane sits ensconced in a complex housing berth. Cautionary text reads down the side of the pipes in small print. Cautionary text along the pipes warns of a full tank of methane gas. Let me see. Valves. Release valves line the catwalk in the city row, each one corroded. Pump station diagram. A diagram of pump station spans a large portion of the room. Printed matter doesn't have a tendency to lose power. Corpse. Andre Sen, science officer, personal data tag 78341, security level 2. Wait a minute. What? Manchuk Steward, personal data tag 82237, security level 0. I have a feeling... Just a second. I'm going to take a picture of the arrows. I don't think you can see them, though, because I'm covering it. Sorry, guys. Okay. Let's go to the access pipe. Hanging lanterns. Strung along the passage hang pairs of lights baleful eyes.
Jeez.
Oh my god.
A cat. Goddamn cat. Here, kitty. Come here.
Please tell me we don't get the cat killed somehow. Stray cat. A mangy feline purrs uncaringly at his presence predicament. Ooh.
I won't hurt you. I can't believe that just happened.
Is the cat dead? Please let the kitty not be dead. PDA. Zane Adams. May 19th. Every single day, Grant brings his poor little cat to the plant. I swear to God it's going to die of methane inhalation. June 4th. I did a number on my ankle. Doc says I'll need to keep any weight off of it for a few days. I hope Grant can pick up the slack for me. October 31st. Some of these idiots think that the fungus spreading through the Grome Lake was caused by aliens. The place is disgusting, so of course it's going to get overrun with mold. December 25th. A few guys tried to get tram station B repaired. I wanted to go and help, but I don't know shit about trams or stations. Anyway, they haven't come back yet, so everyone's more than a little worried. December 28th. The guys in sleeping block B are absolutely fucked. I'm reasonably sure that we're next. Stacy almost didn't make it in. Poor girl's too young for this. That's a funny thought. Who is old enough for this? Who reaches a point in their life where they figure they're ready to be ripped apart by God knows what? ladder. The ladder connects the safety walkway with the scum cake floor of the pump room. The lower half disappears into aqueous liquid. Sewage. A swamp of chemical and biological waste from throughout the vessel has found its resting place here at the pumping station, creating a swamp of sewage. The wretched stench assaults you so thoroughly, it's hard to process.
Tim, methane is explosive, right?
Highly.
Why would there be methane tanks under the crew quarters?
Kane doesn't care about safety. They're driven by profit.
Ah.
This is the elevator to the annex.
Can you climb it?
No. It's just the shaft. I can't see an entrance.
Elevator shaft. A large cylindrical elevator shaft occupies a corner of the room. Release valves. Ooh. A row of valves controls the release of various tubes. Small flecks of paint hint that the wheels were once painted bright red. Okay. Pump station terminal. This terminal controls the pump station in this large industrial space. Detached floating methane gas tank. A buoyant methane tank. Rusted gas tank. The tank appears to have been drained of its methane. Methane gas swirls around the bowl of this rusted tank. Rust is winning the war against the metallic surface of this tank. Tubular canister, which appears to contain methane. Okay, what's this do? This one is up, down, down. This way, this way, this way. Oh, okay, I'm sorry, I'm dumb. Up, oh. Assuming it's the opposite. Eroded elevator shaft. The tube is constructed from an extensively reinforced compound to resist corrosion by acids and chemicals. Let's go down. The ladder connects the safety walkway and the scum cake floor. A large drainage hole. This massive shaft exists to flush the collected sewage out of the chamber. The tube is constructed from an extensively reinforced compound to resist corrosion by acids and chemicals. Methane gas tank has fallen from its mooring nearby. It rests precariously against the base of the elevator shaft, and it's still full. Pipe grip. Exposed and broken pipes protrude from the ground. There is a faint hiss of combustible methane escaping. Ooh.
You said it's been 3 months since all of this happened. Shouldn't there be a rescue mission on the way?
This is a deep space vessel. It can operate indefinitely. If it wasn't for the psychological effects of deep space travel, she wouldn't even need a new crew.
So nobody's looking for us.
No, and even if they were, there's no way for them to find us. 3 months is a long time adrift.
Excuse me, I'm just gonna save. No reason, of course. Oh. Well, blown up, okay. Wait a minute. Oh, wait. Never mind. I thought we could do something with those, but...
You said months since all of this happened. Shouldn't there be a rescue mission on the way?
This is a deep space vessel. It can operate indefinitely. If it wasn't for the psychological effects of deep space travel, she wouldn't even need a new crew.
So nobody's looking for us.
No, and even if they were, there's no way for them to find us. 3 months is a long time adrift.
Okay. Is it not gonna blow up? No, wait. I wonder... I don't know if this'll work. Oh, thank God we're not dead. Why are there methane tanks in the crew quarters? I don't know! Exposed elevator shaft ladder. Through the massive wound left in the side of the shaft, a steady maintenance ladder. Ooh.
Here, I can get back up to the crew quarters.
And hopefully there's no monsters up here. Yay. That'll be great. No monsters. Come on, go through the path. Okay.
Life support. Atmospherics. I can understand why they had all the extra security.
Let me see. Life support machinery. These pumps manage the dispersal and collection of oxygen, carbon dioxide, and other atmospheric compounds throughout the ship. Perhaps these conduits that blend and disperse the gaseous elements that form the ship's atmosphere. Slumped over dead body. Rigor mortis has left the body a parody of a worker managing the controls. Ronald Anderson, September 23rd. Is this it? Is this it? Could this really be my golden opportunity? I've been transferred to security with a guy named Paul and some other guy whose name I don't quite remember. It sounded kind of like Sarge, so I'm just gonna call him Sarge. Either way, I'm glad. Maybe I'll finally make real friends. Paul is mean, but Sarge is okay. Okay. It looks like food supplies aren't coming in anytime soon. People seem upset, but there's a lot of alcohol around. I don't drink much because of my dad used to, and it got scary sometimes. Sarge is still nice when he's drunk, though. Even though he said I'd make a pretty girl. Ooh. We got a mystery package from the cloning vat today. I was even allowed to type the terminal entry. It's supposed to go to lab 18. Sarge says we're gonna put it in the medical storage bay for now. Though it makes me really scary noises. It's named Samantha. I liked a girl named Samantha once, but then this guy, Anthony, was stalking her and then she moved away. Paul just read that over my shoulder and reminded me that the PDAs are for working related logs only. I don't like Paul. Sarge said I can type whatever I want. The whole ship just shook a whole lot. Power is out everywhere. Everything is locked down, but we can get through some of it because we're security. I hope nobody got hurt when things were flying around in here. People are trying to get Tram Station B to work because A is closed. I think we killed some people today. Sarge is angry. He's beating on the window. I'm so confused.
You're so young.
Focus, John.
Have a heart. Some of them are just fucking kids, Tia.
know that. You've only been awake a few hours now. I've been dealing with this for it seems like a lifetime.
I'm sorry. You're right.
Let's just get on with this.
Access it, please. Thank you. Venting procedures. Exit. Venting. Vent atmosphere in tram corridor B. Yes,
Attention.
please.
Atmosphere vented in tram station B.
Is that good? Is everything good? Okay. Yes.
I found her. Your daughter is in the medical bay.
Alright, let's do this.
We can go there, or we can go there. I say go here first, because there's blood everywhere.
Specimen transport.
Let me see. Specimen transport container. A faint scratching noise is coming from inside the plastic box. Oh no. Specimen transport. Black resin permeates through small perforations in the crate walls. Ooh. Switchboard? Excuse me. No destination. I don't even know how to do this. Okay. I don't like this.
Tia. Tram isn't operational.
What do you mean? Can you fix it?
No. No, I don't think so.
There is no other way out of there.
There has to be. You look around.
Fuck, this is all falling apart.
Let's see. Roger Callan, Quartermaster, Personal Data Tag 83773, Security Level 2.
Security officials in a positive manner.
Destroy tram, the gnarled wreckage of twisted steel that sits haphazardly in wait. In wait for what? Let me see. Specimen transport container. A skull and crossbones warning sticker peels up at its edge, indicating that this container was once used to transport dangerous cargo. The sealed lid of this container is cracked in a reeking green mold. The plastic container has seen its fair share of use.
Medical bay. This is it.
Again, I'm gonna have to take a picture, because y'all know my memory is terrible. Any of y'all watching for this long, you should know. You should know. What about here?
This one was for hydroponics.
I have a feeling these might be useful for later, so I'm just gonna...
Project Seed.
What?
Oh, nothing. Just reading out loud.
Okay. Okay. Yes. Yes. No. To medical bay.
This is either brilliant or very, very stupid.
I'm gonna say both.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say.
Quantum devices are not permitted in specimen storage. Quarantine procedures initiated. Quantum storage device reset.
What?
Okay, let's see what we can see.
It definitely looks like the medical facilities. I think I'm on the right track.
Yeah, you're on the medical bay level 1. Your daughter is 4 decks below you. She is so close, John.
So close.
Machinery. This machine may run diagnosis on the specimens that arrive via the tube. Specimen drop-off tube. Stenciled on one side of this tube are the words specimen receiving. Hanging wires. Due to the non-public access, not much care was taken to secure these exposed wires. Let me see. Shutdown terminals. These terminals control various elements of the apparatus, but every single one of them is dead. Okay.
This is strange. I'm not reading any PDTs in your area. They should remain active. Even on the
Tell me, John, why are you working with this jackal?
Dr. Milan.
Ah, she's been talking about me.
Look, I'm nobody. I just want to find my family.
Without a family, man alone in the world, the impulse with the cold. Are you trembling, John? Because make no mistake, you are alone.
John, are you there? I've jammed into the comm system. What did he say?
He knew me. He knew my name. Could he help us?
John, this is happening because of him. He did all of this.
This is all too much for me, dear. I'm just a school teacher.
I can promise you that I want to find your family as much as you do. We're in this together.
I want to save. Oh my god! What? Achievement. I don't know what you're talking about.
This is strange. I'm not reading any PDTs in your area. They should remain active. Even on the
Tell me, John, why are you working with this jackal?
Dr. Milan.
Ah, she's been talking about me.
Look, I'm nobody. I just want to find my family.
Without a family, man alone in the world,
Yes.
the impulse with the cold. Are you trembling, John? Because make no mistake, you are alone.
John, are you there? I've jammed into the comm system. What did he say?
He knew me. He knew my name. Could he help us?
No.
John, this is happening because of him. He did all of this.
Yes.
This is all too much for me, dear. I'm just a school teacher.
I can promise you that I want to find your family as much as you do. We're in this together.
Are we? I don't know. So you need to get through here, I'm assuming. Bloodstains. Dark blood splatters the walls, but most disturbing is the lack of any cadavers along the gore-soaked carnage. Crate. This crate is locked and not opening anytime soon. Loose wires. The cables and wires hang freely from the wall paneling, and engineer's work appears to have suddenly interrupted. Loose wires. Bloodstains. Not one body can be seen amid the debris. Juca-Cola vending machine. This vending machine has been knocked over, but probably not by an employee. The King Corporation certainly didn't subsidize the price of these sodas. Juca-Cola vending machine. Good old Juca-Cola. Banned in several colonies, Juca-Cola is a highly addictive, utterly potent blast of sugar and stimulants. Indentation in the floor. This section of the floor features a rectangular indentation. It's strangely clean in comparison with the other blood-splattered sections of the floor. No one but can see amid the debris. There's another turret over here. I saw it. Glass door. The view through the sliding glass door is obscured by dried red jets of liquid. Blood, but no bodies. This area has been witness to carnage, yet no bodies litter the ground.
I can't see it working like that. I think that would break.
I thought what we were gonna do is, like, throw the can at the glass, and then they would try and shoot it. You know?
Never liked Juca-Cola.
Hanging wire. Okay, it's saving time. You guys know why? Because there is another gruesome achievement I want to get. Hangman suicide. Oh dear God. Goddamn. We chose here, right? Load. Exposed duct. Shredded metal tiles reveal a surface duct below. Okay, where are we? Oh, there we are. I'm like, what? Sentry gun base. The inactive gun sleeps silently. Slow spinning fan. A sickening odor of death and rot wafts into the room, making you gag on nausea scent. Pistol. Ooh. Sentry gun base. Let me see. Slow spinning fan. The air in the tunnel alternates between stale and putrid with decay. Slow spinning fan shadow. The fan shadow is unnerving, having you nervously checking the periphery of your vision for the moment you swear you saw. Oh God. Oh God. Sentry gun base. Turret is poised to spring into the... Oh.
Found the body, too. He's pretty bloodied up.
Stefan Dryson. May 18th, more power outages today. More power outages today? Damn it, I thought they had a lid on that. People have been way crankier than usual. One of my boys just broke down today, shaking and scratching like he is suffering from withdrawal or something. I checked with the nurses who examined him, and it seems like there was some sort of drug in his system. He swore he wasn't dirty and hadn't been taking anything, but they're already preparing a tribunal for the poor guy. The thing is, I believe him. Everyone's been acting a bit peculiar lately. November 6th. What's happening to my beautiful ship? That crap is growing on the spine of this baby like a cancer. I keep mailing Dr. Milan about this, but he hasn't responded to any of my messages. I know he's reading them because I get more of those stooges from hydroponics down to collect samples whenever I send more than a few words his way. I managed to corner his assistant the other day and demanded to know when we get to our share of the ration. She looked at me like she hadn't slept in a week and said, soon. None of us are sleeping properly. I try to greet each day with a smile, but the wretches are getting panicky. If not munitious, I spend my time breaking up fights instead of maintaining the engines. I was thinking of taking a group down to the engine ports and torching that shit off the hull, but I'm worried it's too late for that now. December 20th. No more engineers, no more hope. When you take those things away, you got nothing left. I'm dictating this wedge under the main security terminal. I don't think any of those things will hear me. The rest of the survivors are holed up in the bulkheads, but nobody was willing to risk leaving until we had some sort of protection. I pointed out we'd either starve or die anyway, so they voted overwhelmingly for me to try and get help. So I came down here through one of the maintenance access tunnels and programmed the security terminal to mark any individuals with their PDTs still implanted as hostiles. That should at least get the turrets on our side. I'm not sure it'll work, but it's all I could do. I'm alone now. Hell, I'm used to it. Never met the right girl and all that. I'm pretty sure I heard Lotus screaming, you know. They're probably all dead now, but I can't know for sure. I could hear those things peeling panels off the floor and walls like they were paper. And I'll be damned if they'll find me cowering under the floor like that. Guy Fawkes jumped with the noose around his neck when he was about to be executed. Did you know that? They were going to half strangle him and then rip him to pieces, but he cheated the executioners, breaking his own neck before they could carry on torturing him. I'm gonna do likewise. Got a gun for my protection, see? Only one bullet left, but no matter. I need only one. Wait a minute, so... Okay, so that's that. Notices and reports. Personal data tags. From Dr. I.Al Rikopar to all staff. Personal data tags. Dear all, for those of you who are still able to receive these messages on the intranet, you'll know by now that the creatures are using our PDDs to perceive vast security checkpoints. To prevent this, I have decided that each in turn you'll proceed under armed guard to the primary surgery pod, where your PDTs will be removed. Once this is done, we will reprogram the security protocol so that they will target all creatures that still possess these tags. Do not answer the doors to your quarters unless confirmed by the designated password. Today, that word is Aegis. Emails, inbox, and outbox. From blah blah to all engineers, free the situation. From S. Dyson to all engineers, the situation. This is how it is. The identified substance is still spreading. It's fouled up engine ports D through G, and after a brief confab with the drive engineers, I can tell you that it's having a detrimental effect on the efficiency and speed of the engines. The long and short of it is that the ship is seriously slowing down. The only thing accelerating is the speed of the fungal growth. Its origin is unknown. Although we're narrowing it down, this is a crisis situation. Using the hardest stuff you can find to remove it from the fixtures and drive plates without actually endangering the protective casing of the drive cores. Good luck, guys. Steve Dyson, Chief Systems Engineer. Can I turn you off? Maintenance overdue by Replace cable. Wait a minute. So, okay, fuck it, I guess. Wait a minute. I'm guessing these things would be... It'd be a shame if it got wet. There we go. If there's one thing I know about technology, is that it can't get wet. Ever. Ever, I say.
I hate doors.
One override. Coming up. Shit, John. The security systems in medical are inaccessible. It's like they've been locally reset. I can't access anything.
I'll think of something. This isn't gonna work.
Well, might as well try.
I can try to make it fit, but it may break. I think that would break. I can't see it working like that.
Ugh. Oh, damn. Damn, boy. Settle down.
Wow.
Warning. This area is off limits to all active PDT users. Please see your supervisor for further instructions.
That makes no sense. All PDTs. That's everyone. They must have changed security settings. Stop anyone from heading down below.
Or coming up.
The sense thing on this door indicates that it leads to reception. Destroyed sentry gun? You try to tell yourself that you're safe for now. We are not. By the way, might as well save, because I don't want to go through all of that again. Blood. The incandescence of the lightning strikes and illuminates a grisly series of bodies splattered across the windows. Rows and seats all unoccupied. The atmosphere of Neptune is consuming the vessel as lightning shows the way. Let me see. Blood and tissue. The oozing red contains flecks of blood and mess. Blood stains. More disturbing evidence of a slaughter. Elevator. You would be happy to never see any tubular conveyance in your life. Okay, PDA. Erica Boxer, April 16th. That utter jerk. That utter jerk. I cannot believe that asshole. What kind of a man dumps a girl on their anniversary? Poor Danica's in hysterics. I had to swap my shifts on account of that prick. Sadie made that easy enough. She's such a good friend to me. We were inseparable at nursing school until she decided to branch out into botany. She seems suited more to general medical research than patient care. That's fine, I don't mind. I prefer working with people to plants anyway. The new walkway in hydroponics is a bonus too. Some of our boys like to stretch their new limbs among the greenery. Who said that the new department's of a new use? This is selfish, I know, but damn it, I've had so much on my plate. I'm having to do serious overtime. And then ungrateful turds like Eric mean I've got even more to deal with. My poor baby sister, body of a 30-year-old woman, mind of a 16-year-old girl. Apparently, he says being the pilot of Osmedius is just too much pressure on a relationship. Is that sweet little co-pilot he recently acquired? I've had it up to here with the pilots. Are they ever not chasing tail? Well, tonight should be okay, as I've got Danica coming around with some of the girls. And a shipment of Martian champagne. June 10th. The budget increase is proving to be a blessing and a curse. We got more equipment for sure, but nowhere near enough space for it. If only the Groom Lake was one of those modular types, we might be able to get some extra room. Sadie and I are working our butts off around here. God bless Sadie. If it wasn't for her, I'd probably be an alcoholic by now. Danica is still not over her douchebag ex and calls me up crying most nights just to talk about how she misses him. Next time I see him, I'm going to punch his lights out. I worry about Danica. She's depressed, not eating, not sleeping. I might ask Ingracia to book her in for an appointment. She needs a shrink. Work-wise, the regeneration tanks are working beautifully, but the increased demand for them means we're running short on chemical dissociation reagents, and the cell growth regeneration fluid is pretty much spent. Speaking of the fluid, it's this new stuff Dr. Milan's unit has had us using. It's technically the same as the last stuff, but I'm sure the molecular composition is different. Apparently it's 4 times as effective. It seems kind of unpredictable, actually. I've had asked Dr. Harvey to request that we switch back to the old one, which he has done twice. Why are they ignoring us? September 18th. Crazy huge brawl in the mess hall today. All of the guys sweating and looking like they OD'd or something. There's been a spike in violent assaults. I swear it was something to do with the new supplies that came in. Ever since that new regen fluid, it seems like everything else is slightly off too. I'm sure of it. Diet, medications, genetic samples, you name it. I spoke to Sadie and she also swears there's been tampering. The idea that we've been ingesting bad food for months scares the shit out of me. I'm going to get a friend of mine to analyze some samples. Until then, I'm blocking my door at night. I'm not sure who I can trust. Sadie's been giving me strange looks too. I might actually change the lock. December 19th. I don't care anymore. I just don't care. I have to see Danica. I have to. She's with 2 others near the hangars, and I'm stuck here in medical. 2 rifles taken from Malone and Bird, and a laser scalpel. That's all we have to get here. Sadie keeps fighting me on this and making excuses. She's starting to piss me off. Has that idiot forgotten where we are? That the Groom Lake is now a freaking hunting ground and my sister is in the middle of it? I don't fucking care if they don't come with me. I have to see my sister. I have to know that about Danica. I heard her on the radio a day or so ago, so I know she's still alive. She has to be hiding. Danica was always better than me at hide-and-seek back at home. It took hours to find her. Once Mom sent a search party for her, and she'd been hiding at the bottom of the garden, tucked inside a dirt hole where Dad was planting beets. She's hiding. She has to be. Sadie is causing me problems. If she won't come with me, I guess I'll have to make her come along, whether she wants to or not. That's not a good idea. Emails. Yay. From L blah 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 blah. From L Musgrave to eBoxer. Food Enhancement Report. Dear Erica, I was under the misapprehension that your request was perhaps just paranoia, but given the tests I performed on the provided sample, well, I have to be honest, its implications are frightening. I will generally concur with your initial theory that some batches just went bad, but there is clearly much more than spoilage at work. You have to understand that when batches like this are spoiled, they are all spoiled, not just a few. A fungus, for instance, will spread through samples, but there is an astonishing difference between the samples you've sent me. Some seem to have cultivated quite for the qualities demonstrated. Did you know that Basilica sample is enhanced with a genetically enhanced form of PCP? I know this because I tested the sample on one of my rats. The poor little thing lashed out violently, suffered a seizure, and then died. The precise name is DV8-5. A drug that was popular for enhancing the abilities of so-called remote viewers during the eugenics wars. Laboratory-created stuff, all designer, all professional. The most alarming part is that, owing to the different genetic strains seen in the 5 samples you sent for analysis, I get the impression that these contaminants were deliberately distributed to both staff and patients. I'm not sure that lunatic would do such a thing, least of all on a long-haul lab ship, but I've already sent a request to my superiors at the Ministry to examine the matter further. On an informal note, please look after yourself, Erica. You are always my best pupil, and I'm pleased to choose to confide in me. I do apologize that it's taken me so long to get back to you. Be careful. With fondest affection, Luke. Professor L.H. Musgrave, University, blah, blah, blah.
I think I found the crew.
Are they also bloodied up? Like the guy under the floor?
You could say that. I'm not sure how many people I'm looking at. It's like something from a eugenics war painting.
Try to push through, John. A few decks below. One step at a time.
Sadie A. Callister. Oh no. September 18th. I thought that becoming the new head medical tech of this deck would actually improve things, but it's like being thrown into a lion's den. The lockdown a few months back was a pain, but these inventory discrepancies are the real problem. And then yesterday the systems went haywire. The first thing Erica does, of course, is call up her little sister to make sure she's okay. I suppose I can understand that. I just wish that, well, I wish she'd ask after me sometimes too. Yesterday during the power outage, I was locked inside a storage room for 2 hours, but Danica's fine, of course, so who cares about me? I was only trapped in a product storage room, with only plant cultures and human limbs for company. I took a look at them actually, it's part of my job, with the plants anyway, and I had to do something to keep my mind off things. Good specimens, all of them, except for samples 99D, E, and F. I couldn't for the life of me work out why samples this badly mutated would be permitted anywhere near the greenhouses. These are recent too. Dear God, what imbecile is shipping is sending these to storage? Oh my God. I can't read. Let me focus myself. Oh my God. Kane's hydroponics have the strictest quarantine regulations in the galaxy, punishable by losing your damn job. It must be that new section of few floors down. They've got all kinds of fools on the payroll. You know, I usually like to spend time in the greenhouses, but I swear something's going funny with some of the new crops. Erica said I probably just imagining it, but I had a whole bunch of basilica growth cultures thrown out the other day showing signs of what looked like Dutch elm disease. How is that possible? I'm going to submit a report. How I'm supposed to explain to Dr. Malan and the board that we have mutant creatures in storage and perfectly good crops with extinct diseases is another matter. December 20th. Erica's lost her damn mind. I'm scared out of my mind right now. She's dragged us on a fool's errand across the ship to look for Danica. I tried to tell her how I saw one of those things wearing Danica's face the other morning. Oh God, it makes me want to puke just thinking about it. It looked like a deflated balloon, as if scuttled up the walls. I swear Ingracia fried it with a bullet, but I can't be sure. He's a psychiatrist, not a soldier. Then again, are any of us soldiers? Erica seems to think we're in the Marine Corps, waving around that rifle with a crazy look in her eye, threatening to kill anyone who disagrees with her. Erica, I told her, you are a nurse. God, I barely recognize her anymore. What happened to my best friend? What happened to that girl from Stokely, Mississippi? I don't know who Erica Boxer is anymore. December 24th. Erica died this morning. My friend is gone. One of those horrific things tore her spine out of her body right in front of my eyes. I must be one of the last ones left alive. Not that I've got long. I'm infected with something. I can feel it. I checked out the hydroponic lab this morning. It's a wreck. I could have told them. Anyone could have told them that trying to breed a new fungus to kill the old one would be disastrous. The rest of it won't budge. I tried tearing it all away with the laser scalpel Erica gave me, but it did nothing. Zip, zilch, nada. What doesn't kill it really does make it stronger. I'm going back to retrieve Erica's remains later. I know she died a crazy woman, but she was my friend. I still love her. Notices and reports. To all staff, dear all. Today's word is ah. Yeah, we already read this. Back. Emails. Ooh. Inventory anomalies. Tampering. I think we already read this. Oh, no, I don't think we have. Okay. From S.A. Callister to Dr. G. Milan, Inventory Anomalies. Dr. Milan, first allow me to apologize for mailing you directly, but this is a classified emergency. I've undertaken further inspections beyond samples 99D, E, and F and found that the majority of the inventory has been compromised by tampering. Oh my god. There are signs that the tampering began some time ago. Some of the materials are merely spoiled, but a large quantity appears to have been illegally modified. I'm not sure who the new suppliers are, but the inventory they have provided does not match the chemical manifests included. I'm aware this is a shipping concern rather than a hydroponic one, but Project Seed is based around our successful cultivation of nutritious plants in unusual conditions. Which the current stock we possess, there is no limit to the number of illegal mutated nutrients going into our plant growth. I'd advise that shipping and medical begin more thorough inspections of the received cargo. I suspect the problems could go back for months, though I have no evidence to prove this. Please recommend immediate termination of supply runs and decontamination of irrigation pipes until this is resolved. Best regards, Sadie Callister, Hydrotechnician Level 1. From Evoxer, S.A. Callister are encrypted. Sadie, I love you very much, sweetie, but have you lost your damn mind? Those samples are restricted. What if Dr. Milan finds you've brought samples from out of the storage bays? It's not only your job you'll be losing. I'll do what you ask, but only because you've never been wrong before. Though I pray to God you are this time. Love, Erica. Ooh, I got guts. Ooh, guts. Where the hell does this leave? Let's go this way first. Actually, wait. We've done a lot of stuff. I want to save. I know it feels like we've done nothing, but I want to save.
Formed the womb. Oh, never again. It crawled through the night, and then they crafted their eyes and tore through my skin. Oh,
What
never
the?
ever, never again. They came for our mothers and then for our kin, scratching the guilt and eating their sin, changing God's work, a seed to begin. We burned them with fire and killed them with men. Let us remember, never again.
Okay. Bloodstains. The flickering lights draw morbid attention to the arcs of blood staining the wall. Main medical deck entrance security door. The entrance in the medical facilities. Reception decks. This contours of the sleek reception decks perfectly mirror the cultive of the walls. Medical bay terminal. Let's do this.
We asked customers what they thought about Kane Corporation's Chuckle.
Medical bay. Personal data tag detective. Personal data tag has no security clearance. System is locked. Well, how dare you? Fine then.
Kane Corporation, the last truly great company.
The last truly great company? Damn, you guys got an ego. Bloodstains. It's like an abstract painting. From one angle, it's the handiwork of something mindless and automated, but from another, these brushstrokes are angry with rage, or worse, indiscriminate and gleeful. You can't begin to estimate how many lives were ended here. Force field. Charged plasma molecules dart across the surface of an invisible electric field. Bloodstain environmental suit. These suits look...
Serotonergic receptors are present in your principal vascular system.
Okay. These suits look relatively intact despite the new decorations lighting the surface.
Profanity, derogatory comments, or other intimidating actions directed at Kane security employees will not be tolerated.
Bloody part. Oxygen cylinder. Okay. Discarded hospital bed. A call to rest to sleep. Plastic surgical curtains. A modest curtain. It takes you a few moments, but the joke hits hard. What? Medical machinery. Unlike much of the other machinery, this terminal is designed to assist in healing. Main surgery pod base. A high-end surgery pod, sophisticated enough to perform nearly any operation with a tiny margin for error. Whether the beneficiary or victim, this is this. What?
Back. It's been cut open.
Of course! They must have manually removed the PDTs. That's why the security systems were reset in medical.
Oh, the bodies. The bodies in the crew quarters. They were skinned. The creatures were using the PDTs to move through secure areas.
Must have realized what was going on.
So for me to get to the lower decks,
You have to remove your tag.
remove?
Perhaps electric shock. No, that wouldn't work. John? This is the only surefire way.
What are you saying?
Ooh.
Surgery pod should already be programmed to remove it.
It didn't work out so well for this poor woman.
It's the only way, unless you space jump between decks.
This is surgery.
John, prep the pod.
Surgery patients lie. Ooh. Let's see. PDA. I want to read it. Asaya al-Rajkupar, January 8th. A new year for the chief surgeon and a new year for the staff of the medical deck. I have to think of it that way or it gets rather confusing. The staff of the medical deck now consists of 3 extra sections: cybernetics, tissue regeneration, and for some reason, medicinal hydroponics. Yes, it may be medicinal, but as I told Dr. Milan, they are still plants. I don't wish to see them ungrateful. It is Kane Corporation who opened so many new doors for me and who redefined the frontiers of medicine for all of us. As a man who served his apprenticeship on the battlefield, elbow deep in the blood of innocence, to see those deserts and war-torn villages reborn as images of nirvana is a privilege. And all thanks to the sciences of Kane, and yet it's hard to understand why, on the Groom Lake, so many departments are being forced to share up resources like this. I hear our budget will be up for review soon, and the chances of us getting an increase are slim. I shall try to remain positive. February 18th. My goodness, a 300% budget increase. I have not yet been able to even imagine how helpful this financial windfall will be. Dr. Milan assured me that a sizable portion of the budget will be applied to Project Seed. It makes our work that much more essential. We'll order new equipment and new samples, although I don't totally agree with the ethics of Dr. Milan's acquisition of volunteers for surgery and testing. The leaps and bounds we've made in our research are more make up for the rest of it. Is it wrong that we must test the limits of morality for the greater good? I mean, yeah. May 4th. I am a surgeon who has seen many awful things in the blood-soaked abattoirs of the Pangea Wars. So perhaps this should be second nature to me, but I don't recall agreeing to the use of children for testing. I went to inspect the stasis tubes as the request of my chief nurse and found that there were several children, some as young as 9 years old, awaiting processing. Children. I was shocked and appalled and demanded an explanation from Dr. Milan. Edward Jenner had to test vaccines on children to see if they'd work, he said. I knew the story, what medicine does not. Jenner injected infected purulent exudates into child's arm, which must have seemed callous, disregard for child's light, and yet it saved the boy. That is how he convinced me. We are at the frontier of the sciences. Chances must be taken. I do not always feel comfortable with this ethical choices, but his logic is sound. The research is too valuable for us to let a few moral qualms get in our way. December 17th. I fear that my decision to become a surgeon with Kane Corporation is not quite simple as I thought. The first casualties of the infection spreading across the ship came to my lab, where we had to set up a quarantine operating room. I had to get hands-on with a patient for the first time in years. The flow of blood, the cutting of infected tissue, using my specialized tools, God forgive me, but I enjoyed it. It's impossible to explain the adrenaline rush from playing God in such a way, and having the lives of so many on the verge of death in your hands. I felt it on the battlefield, and I feel it now. It is not the beauty of birth that moves me, it seems, but the pungent stench of death. I thought I'd join Kane Corporation to save my soul. Instead, it is to slake the thirst of the beast in me, whose jaws slather at the scent of blood. I feel ashamed. December 20th. How could I have not seen it? Those awful life forms are disguising themselves as us, inside us. They wear our skins and our PDTs, which explains how the security systems cannot detect them. If I didn't already know where those creatures came from, this would perhaps be less threatening. But they've learned the vile abominations. Abomination? What a word that is. It appears to summarize what we have created in our hubris. We have created evil. God help us. System reports, personal data tags. Yeah, we've read this one. Analysis report. Dr. C. Backman. Dr. I. Rajkumar. Analysis report. Dr. Milan has recalibrated his guidelines for subjects in Project Seed, and specifically for the requirements of any female subjects who have previously been pregnant. The female subjects should ideally have been screened, but their precise source is not important. Since the project has a 99.89% chance of non-fatal reaction in subjects, members of staff will be eligible for this test. The ideal subject is as follows. Blood type, O negative. Height between 5'5" and 5 feet 5 inches or 6 foot. Free of any genetic defects. Age between 18 and 40. Subjects must have recently been pregnant, ideally within the past year. Regards, Dr. C. Beckman. To Dr. G. Milan from this guy, Reed the nurse. We have disagreed often, but never so more than now. I'm aware that Miss Callister doesn't work in surgery and that Chief Nurse Boxer has seniority in terms of rank. However, Callister has one of the most extraordinary organizational minds I've ever worked with. The product storage areas are clean and well indexed. Therefore, I have to challenge your demand that I remove her from her position because of these false reports. She has been sending you about anomalies in the supplies. I have no doubt that your claims of her illicitity taking samples is also only an accusation. She is a fine worker and reports only what she feels is right. I'll be taking no action against her. You are in charge of the project, but you must allow me to choose my staff at my own discretion. Regards, Isaiah. Yeah, you tell him. Extracted PDT. Several bent spinal hooks protrude from the disengaged personal data. Okay, I got that now. Oxygen storage tank.
I don't think this will fit.
Optical receptacle? What? In a surgery suite, at least one of these would be aesthetic. Your guess is that this one. Anesthetic storage. In a surgery suite, at least one of these would be oxygen storage tank. The steel tank stores oxygen with compound, higher pressure, organics receptacle. You mean you want this?
Organic matter receptacle requires refined biological tissue.
Refined, huh? Okay.
No, that won't work. This should be useful.
Ken MedTech surgical pod is not properly prepared for the selected program.
It doesn't work like that. No, that won't work.
We have the oxygen. Tiny ice crystal pure cryotic.
Maybe? No.
Okay, that's good. How do we refine?
Tail death. This is a final request for Ripley Venino to report to Communication Bureau 18.
That's just crazy. Maybe? No.
Do I already have everything then?
Maybe if it... No, that won't work. I think that'll just break it.
It's like broken over here, but how do I get in there?
I think that'll just break it. No. Crazy.
I'm sorry, I'm trying! You imagine yourself as a doctor in a space opera, barking a sharp line of dialogue to identify this piece of machinery. I'll try to figure it out by myself for a little more, but I'll just do what I usually do if I get stuck and just go back to the guide and be like, okay, I got this far. Now what do I do? Okay, think. I have a personal data tag. This. Wait a minute. I remember. Would this work? Medical bay. Personal data tag Elizabeth Wanseth. Force field off.
Are you expecting a beautiful bouncy baby boy or girl? Speak to your nearest administrator for details on our allotment hospital.
Yay, I figured it out by myself. I didn't need the guide. Huzzah! Discarded stasis pod. The pod looks like it hasn't been connected in quite some time.
Tia, a survivor.
Is someone alive?
Not exactly. He's in stasis.
It could be dangerous to wake someone from stasis without the proper procedures being followed.
So who the hell woke me?
Forget him, John. You need to think about the mission.
Empty stasis pod. The Samira stasis pod is designed as a harbinger for sadness. Empty stasis pod. The stasis unoccupied and unfunctional. So.
I know what I was thinking there.
Okay. Anito, blah blah blah, and blah blah blah. Okay. Stasis pod. Impossible in the middle of all this slaughter, there's another survivor, clearly alive. What the hell are you doing? His life signs seem normal. How aware is he of what has happened on board this Grome Lake? Discarded stasis pod. Empty stasis pod. For fuck, no! I swear to God. Discard. It looks like we need a chip or something. Unless...
This isn't going to work.
I just wanted to try. Don't be mad at me. Excuse me. Whew. Oh dear God. Storage tanks. Judging from their sturdy construction, the warning labels, these tanks contain hazardous materials. Do they contain this?
No, that won't work.
Storage crates. Crates and storage cubes of many different sizes to sit haphazardly along the wall. Human torso. The red lights cast long wicked shadows across the victim's face.
Another body. 2.
Burke Carter, February 20th. Be still, my beating heart. I saw the most divine creature in hydroponics. She's friends with that nurse, Erica. Erica gives me the evil eye, but Sadie is just a divine thing, occurs in all the right places in the face of an angel. I keep trying to come up with reasons to visit the medical hydroponics section. She never sees me, though. I'm not trained medical staff. Those soldiers in the recovery room give me funny looks if I'm at the window trying to get her attention. I have to find a way to speak to Sadie directly. I see her head to the decontamination room, and she seems to go there after every shift. I might try and strike up a conversation by one of those machines. Maybe offer to buy her a drink. I'll do it tomorrow, or maybe the day after tomorrow. I've got a double shift. Still, it takes a brave man to work on unknown sciences in the bosom of the cosmos, doesn't it? Like the jocks back at school would ever be able to do what I freaking do. I risk my life and limb to repair essential electronics, and that takes courage. I may not be a soldier, but I think I have the right to call myself a man of courage. May 20th. What's with the shutdown? Jesus, 9 days now? I've been trying to get through to the surgical pods for a week. I gave up going to the hydroponics to see Sadie after they started restricting access to unnecessary personnel, so I just hang around product storage by the vending machines, hoping to see her. But when I do, I just choke up. Damn, I'm so pathetic. I'm reading this book about Aaron Sanchez. It's about the eugenics wards. It's freaking amazing that we're even allowed to do what we do on the Grome Lake. But with what happened all those years ago, I have to hide the book, though. Dr. Milan saw me reading it in the rec room, and he went totally apeshit, threatened to burn the book and fire my ass. So now it stays under my pillow, and I'm sure I as hell don't take it on my rounds. Instead, I bring one of the Pangean series of W.C. Dark with me. Is that his real name? Doubt it. I love Major Pluto. He's incredible. Sometimes wish I'd had the balls to be in the Marines rather than engineering. I'd love to be like him. November 23rd. Rations arrived today. Nobody is impressed. It's all emergencies yet. So hardly gourmet, but man, I wasn't expecting much, but this is seriously bad. Because food's short, people are getting bug fuck. Lotus punched Malone, broke the poor bastard's nose. Steve's having trouble keeping everyone's fists off each other. I keep asking why we can't just raid hydroponics, but they keep shouting me down, especially Sadie. She looks so pissed when she sees me, but nowhere near as pissed as when she looks at Dr. Milan and Dr. Al-Rakuchapar. She must despise me. Why didn't I just ask her out before? Because you're a coward, Burke. A dirty, stinking coward. December 18th. The power went out again. I'm so freaking scared. I can barely breathe. Those rumors of animals prowling around medical? Not rumors. I saw one guy ripped apart by one of those things. Couldn't make it out too well. Pale skin, tails, I think. They move around like a pack of dogs and they're strong. People are scared and hungry. I kept a small stash of food in my quarters. I didn't even tell Steve about it. I feel ashamed for keeping it to myself, but people are going crazy, man. I think it might actually be against regulation to hoard food. Megalitia would kill me if he knew I had Russians hidden. Come on, the guy's nuts. He practically strangled me the other day. Carswell's had to restrain him. Body still freaking kills me from the operation earlier. Steve was nominated to reprogram the security turrets, and the guy just went and did it. He's a hero, not like me. December 24th. Now I'm not just a coward, I'm a frickin' murderer. I used those poor bastards in stasis to keep those god-awful things from getting to me. I just unlocked the stasis units and began the recovery process so that when they staggered out of the deep freeze, those things were waiting for them. I found a product storage room that nobody was using and locked myself in. When the breach was reported, I heard the screams. I pissed myself. I fucking pissed myself. Is that any way for a real man to behave? As I ran, I saw Sadie cradling her best friend's bloody body in the corridor. The worst frickin' part isn't that it never occurred to me to stop. I just hoped they'd buy me the time I needed to find a hiding place. That's who Burke Carter was, however, whoever finds this, and I know somebody will. He was a coward. I just hope that the computer parts in this PDA come in handy to whoever finds this. If my hide was this useless in life, at least I can hope that something I left behind is useful. Notice system reports. Personal data tags. Pretty sure it's all the same. Yep. Stasis pod chip. Pick it up, please.
No, it's one.
I'm quickly gonna run back, take picture of these things, because they feel important. Come on, come on. Don't want to kill the guy. Okay. Hold on. Where are you? Whoa, 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 whoa. Yes. 3 needles. Okay, that one's done. No. Is it this one? This is it. There we go. And one needle. Okay. I am going to save, because I'm worried I'm going to kill this poor person. Ah. Would there be a thing in here? Tray. I just need a thingy to tell me what the other settings are. We got that one. Whoa, 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 wait a minute. Has the weird... Wait, do they all show... No, why are you doing this? This one only shows one. But this one showed another one. So I'm wondering... Shit, I think I messed it up. You know what? I'm just gonna admit, I'm not smart enough to figure this out, so I'm just gonna look at the guide. So this 4. This, and it's 1. this and it's 1. This and 3. This and it is 4. And this one will be 2. And this one. What do you mean? Let's see. 4, 1, 1. 3, 2, 4. Correct. What do you mean now? There we go.
Steady yourself. You'll be okay. God damn it.
I heard screaming.
Woke him up. The survivor. He didn't make it. I think I killed him. I think I did something.
I told you to leave him. He was dead the minute they froze him. You just made his death easier, simpler.
I just killed a man, Tia.
You need to move before you become another dead body.
Damn, girl.
Have some mercy.
Mercy. You have no idea how much mercy I have. I've been in hell. I made choices that got people killed. This isn't just about you anymore. I'm sorry. I need you, John.
The pale face is contorting a heroic. Oh my god.
I don't think this will fit.
No, that's not what I want. Really?
So sorry. I'm so sorry.
Ah, cryopreservation fluid. This thick viscous syrup is a cocktail cryo. Ah. I'm guessing that's where we just mop up as much as we can into our hands. Okay.
Surgical pot is not properly prepared for the selected program.
These don't go well together.
What the fuck am I supposed to do? I need biological matter. How? How? Okay, without the walkthrough, how the fuck was I supposed to figure that out? Because that doesn't make sense. How is this refined? Go, go, go.
wait for this.
You're not helping.
Sorry. Okay. Just shit. Even be careful doesn't cover it.
I'll be fine. I'll be fine. It's not like the power's gonna cut out in the middle of surgery.
Shit, John. Why would you even say that?
I'm about to cut into my spinal cord. I'm allowed one joke.
I'll be monitoring.
We gonna die?
Deep breath, oh man. You can do this.
Hey, you're not that old. Be nice to yourself, God. Stasis. Oh, do we not get to see this? Is it too graphic? We get to see him commit suicide, but we don't get to see this? Oh God, are we performing the surgery? Because if we are, you're gonna die a bunch. You are gonna die a lot, my friend. You're gonna die so many times. Please don't die.
Greetings, John and our chat. I am Robin, the automated surgical med pod. Your physician will explain the procedure to you and offer you an opportunity to ask any questions. You may feel some discomfort after the procedure, such as a headache or nausea. Let your nurse know if you are uncomfortable so that you may be given medication and or other treatment. Click reemplacement videos. Warning, subject is not correctly prepared. Surgery program 0415 initiated.
Ooh.
Magnetic resonance instrument.
Ooh, that doesn't look pretty.
Power searching core system. Powering core system.
1,
Warning, subject is not correctly prepared.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Surgery complete. Subject is deceased. Alive. Deceased. Alive. Program terminated. Have a nice day.
Subject is alive, deceased, alive, deceased. Oh no. Uh-oh. Please go away, evil monster thing. Are we dead?
Rebecca. No. Rebecca. Run. No. Rebecca. Run. No. Rebecca. Run.
John?
I'm here.
I've been trying to contact you. I couldn't hear anything. I thought the worst.
How long was I out?
2 hours.
Okay. Alive. Mostly. Fuck, my back is sore.
3 decks and you'll see your daughter. Focus on that. You should have enough drugs running through you to keep you going for a few more hours.
Drugs. I've never been a fan. But these are definitely the good ones.
Oh god. To the elevator. Cause we're going down to the... Oh god. I'm so worried that monster baby we saw is gonna pop out somewhere, and I'm like, no! Going down.
A biological quarantine has been initiated.
But why, though?
Level 2. Kitchen knife and snowflake are off limits. Level 3. Hydroponics is off limits.
Not really.
Perfect.
Where are you, John? Without the PDT, I can't track shit.
Hydroponics. Oh, what's left of hydroponics? The shaft's covered in growth. I'm not going anywhere.
Wait, let me check the blueprints. Yes, hydroponics has a service elevator.
Affirmative.
Keep me in the loop.
Corpse. Edwin Tiong, civilian, personal data tag 934433 GNS, security level 0. Fans. Although the fans are installed to keep the air cycling, they're now helping reduce the buildup of vegetation. So we can go that way. Vines covering the elevator shaft. The elevator shaft, now covered in thick band of foliage, looms over the room like a giant forest of mushroom. The doorway's bright lighting indicates the entrance to another laboratory. This doorway bright lighting indicates the entrance of another laboratory. Well, it looks like the plants are coming from this way, so I'll go there last.
This is ridiculous. How did it grow this world in a few months?
I don't know. I'm not a scientist. Vaporizer pad? This is a value...
These plants can't naturally develop this fast.
Kane developed the technology to accelerate plant growth. Oxygen is big business.
This is a valuation platform for specimens and samples to be inserted into glass chambers. Okay, computer terminal. The vaporizer lies broken beyond repair, wrapped in vines. Wrestled from upright position, the vaporization chambers are now resting idly on the floor. Overgrowth. A network of green veins snake across the surface. Keita Yamada, civilian liaison. Personal data tag 99149, security level 1. This door appears to be locked. The vines have covered many of the laboratory's surfaces. In some areas, the wall and floor can't be seen underneath the tangles. Static-filled monitor. Another monitor displaying the vessel's favorite show, Static. A small work desk. Okay. What is this? Dr. Sebastian Gray. January 2nd. Finally. Finally, we have more room for the Linesi Harvey strain. which I've been working on so hard. It's days like this that humanity truly proves why I crawled out of the ocean before any other. My section has been expanded. I have more staff, true, but there are drones and have little other function. Now we can expand the research potential of Project Kitchen Knife and see what else the plants can yield. The oxygen production rate is quite unlike anything my initial projections could have predicted. Last year it became the worst kept secret on the Groom Lake, and all of a sudden I had more interns that I could comfortably employ. Their only function is to stumble about the place and ask troublesome questions that I have little time to answer. If only our world was more like that of insects. I have plenty of workers and drones, but none of them are unwavering loyalty. Bees work and work, the faith in their queen unquestionably and constant. That kind of loyalty is beyond price. These interns of mine have their uses, I suppose. We always need volunteers willing to get close to the queen. February 16th. I am surrounded by incompetence. One of those imbecilic interns got too close to the queen, and she showed him her affection. Quite amusing, though not to him. This means that I must attend another accident debriefing with the board, though Dr. Milan does love to test me. I see him up on the hearing bench, and he grins at me in that supercilious look that he is perfected over the years. I suppose that I have him to thank for my current position. It was his recommendation to the board that made them hire me in the first place. Still, I believe he has come to enjoy these little power plays. He does so like to keep me under his heel. That, my dear doctor, is only a temporary situation. Once this project is complete, the chess games that we play so often will no longer be our only battleground. Regarding the project, some of the bug eggs failed to hatch properly. I suspect that this is why the queen was more aggressive than usual. There are more than enough drones to continue the collection work. Their unique chemical properties are doing wonders for the plants. Although I'm running short on interns prepared to work in close proximity to them since the last incident. The worker I appreciate the most is Akiza. I was astonished to discover that she is related to the legendary Dr. Tenshu of the eugenics war. I did consider mentioning it to her, but I sense she is oddly ashamed to have him as her ancestor. If it wasn't for men like him, our profession would be a hollow shell of what it is now. Then again, if it wasn't for him, genetic research wouldn't have been put back by several generations, would it now? Would it? The ethical quandaries we face as men of science. June 16th. The insects are restless. They rumble in their apiaries and are more aggressive than usual. My personal deduction is that the presence of the marine thugs aboard the ship are the cause. Armed guards are all over the place. I was stopped by one of the other day and asked my reasons for going into hydroponics. Well, after explaining I was the head of the damn project, I had the guard removed from his post and then the ship. This is insanity. How am I expected to progress with these thugs around? September 23rd. I recall complaining about the inundation of interns. If only they were still here now. Both Ivan and Theodore disappeared from their rooms last night, and I've had to speak to security about their whereabouts. They were Akiza's assistants, and now the production of the Queen's Royal Jelly has slowed exponentially. That's been a huge blow, but a rather extraordinary anomaly has appeared in our growth pods. A hetero undiscovered strain of fungus. Its origin is something of a mystery to me. These fungal growths fascinate. At first I thought it was common garden variety mold, but after a substantial analysis performed by Akiza, it seems to harbor neuron activity. That is to say, it seems to exhibit rudimentary signs of intelligence. We've certainly created some unusual species on this, as by the idea of a quasi-intelligent fungus growing and evolving of its own volition is exciting and frankly frightening. I've asked Akiza and the remnants of her team to cultivate it, but exhibit caution in where it is spread. October 24th. I was asked by one of Dr. Milan's assistants if the fungal substance discovered growing in the bowels of the ship had anything to do with us. I lied, of course, but this is becoming alarming. Our experiments flourished at first. We may have lost more staff recently, but our experiments have been very fruitful. Confidentially, the properties of the fungus is both extraordinary and terrifying. It has the remarkable ability to take control of a living subject's central nervous system and polyphemus. As observed in the monkey we used for testing, the monkey shrieked and thrashed in rage for the first few days after it was exposed, and then it became quiet, observant, and uncannily intelligent. It's certainly aggressive, but then again, which viruses aren't? December 1st. No! We've officially lost control of the deck. Eden now truly belongs to the beast. We've been We've seen strange things. I've watched as the fungus took control of the deck, as it spread through the staff, and much to my shame, I watched their deaths and examined their bodies. Nobody can cross the pods because the bugs are so aggressive that when Solomon went through in a rad suit, they ripped it from his body and stung him to death. It took mere moments. Still, I live in hope that the insects will remember me, their creator, and perhaps see me as one of their own. Yeah, that didn't happen. Dr. Ada to Dr. S. Gray, my family. Dear Gray, I do not wish to seem unprofessional or impolite, but I would like to ask you not to press me on the subject of ancestry any further. I was nearly refused entry to medical school on the basis of my family's background, and the torment I suffered at the hands of the school peers regarding my great-great-uncle was unbearable. I am fully aware of his actions, and I have seen countless photographs and documents of the consequences of his work. I took this position to change our world for the better, not to be reminded of the skeletons in my family's closet. I have enjoyed our working relationship thus far, Dr. Gray, but I prefer my family history no longer be a topic of our conversations. Thank you for your understanding. From Dr. E.F. Way to Dr. S. Gray. Meal. Dr. Gray, I enjoyed our meal yesterday. It was refreshing to hear a man so outspoken on the ship. I appreciate your candor, and I do agree that perhaps it's time the board has shaken up a bit. Although this is merely an observation rather than an action plan, I think the top leadership needs some new blood. I'd second you if you decided to take on the challenge yourself. Your impeccable scientific pedigree more than qualifies you. By the way, did you know where they were keeping that new cargo? It seems rather like a waste of resources if they won't even tell us where it is. Regards, blah blah blah. So now we need to worry about mushrooms. Report. The vaporizer, perfect Kane Corporation's trans-state modifier. Using advanced and unique molecularization technology, the vaporizer has the ability to shift a target substance between gas, liquid, and solid states, without any of the structural breakdown seen in objects shifted between states on a regular basis. The Mark V, is the latest model, but it hasn't yet been rolled into mass production because of the current difficulty fueling the vaporizer with resources on the board of Groom Lake. Recent experiments undertaken were more than satisfactory, and it passed the Kane safety and security test with no adverse effects causing harm to the user observed. It has been graded level 4 because of the specific nature of its technology and the limited quantity of existing vaporizers. During an experiment recently carried out on the royal jelly produced by hydroponics, Dr. Gray and other observers commented on the remarkable speed at which the jelly was transferred into gas, thus placating their insect population. Okay, back. Activate.
Vaporizer chamber compromised. Chamber is not intact.
The vapor has been punctured by a hole, leaving a spider web of cracks on the glass. Fine then. Let's go here. Oh god. Am I about to see something terrifying? Tree. This tree is a perfect example of a species that had been gene-tailored for generations to grow perfectly in hydroponic environments on vessels, lunar stations, and asteroid mining settlements. Insect swarm. The insects swarm in great clusters, their body luminous like fireflies. Overgrown hanging vine. The hanging vine stretches across the room, its tendrils hanging down like a centipede's legs. You can't tell whether it's wrapped around an existing structure or it's traveled the distance of its own accord. Observation platform. The observation point tower above the growth pods provide an incredible view of the lush Eden below. The fan spins sluggish as the vines through the gap in the blades have begun to wrap around it. The fan's constant spin sends a heady blend of botanical scents through the room. Oxygen collection tank. A soft mechanical inhalation sounds is audible here, while the tank collects oxygen produced by the room's abundant plant life. A gentle hiss indicates the oxygen collection tank continues to cycle. Corpse. Chris Roger, Hellsman, Grooves Like Calm. Personal security level 1. I'm guessing this is the guy we heard got stung to death. I'm gonna leave. Okay, let's go this way then.
Are you fucking kidding me?
What?
It's some sort of insect.
Keep your distance.
It's tied up. Doesn't look like it can get loose.
Tied up. How big is it?
What the fuck? Queen insect. It's difficult to grasp the size of the form of the insect creature. Udder-like protuberances spurt from its bulbous abdomen, like the pincer stab the air. Large swollen milk sac. The molted abdomen, swollen egg sac, or plump milk gland, possibly all three. Milk collection tank. These tanks exist to collect what is being milked from the brute. I don't like this. This is gross. Tree. A tall, strangely shaped tree grows out of a housing space in the floor. Milk from the creature is being fed into the tree by a pair of tubes? Why? Hardened amber. Amber trickles from the tree, but most of it has hardened into an incredibly tough compound. Milk processor. This respect stores the processed milk. Okay, hydroponics queen chamber. Activate suction pumps. I don't think I want to do that because that might piss it off. Let's do personal logs. Personal logs. February 20th. Oh, praise God Almighty! I couldn't be happier. Dr. Gray took me one side and told me that I was the only person who had the skill and ability to take control of the nursery. He promoted me on the spot and said I was now personally responsible for the queen. The royal jelly that she produces has proved to be incredibly useful. I discovered through my own analysis that not only is the jelly an essential nutrient for the insect population, but it has other amazing physical properties too. It accelerates molecular bonding in certain substances, acting as a thickener for many natural substances while also regenerating their natural properties. With some engineering, I imagine we could turn this into a true medical breakthrough. I imagine doctors in hospital wards on Earth would using our bonding agent to heal wounds instantly. Perhaps finally the Tetsu name will be revered in medical history instead of reviled. Yash. March 10th. The queen is a temperamental little thing, a fiery lady to be sure. Ah, but Queenie, you forget. I grew up in a family with more than one fire-breathing dragon. I can handle my mother. I can certainly handle you. Ha. Although when she is mixed, she's rather docile. I dare say she's rather attached to me. I'm sure I heard her purring at me. That's the only way I can describe it. I'm aware that she's a bug and all, but it sounds rather like approval. My parents kept hives of bees, so I've never been squeamish over insects, and I can tell the difference between aggression and favor. I'm still the only person who can get close without being bitten, and her bite can leave one hell of a mark. Let me tell you, Hodgkins said he'll report his side effects upon his return from sick leave. In other news, Dr. Myrick, one of the Dr. Gray's subordinates, has requested samples of the jelly for experiments with his tree resins. He thinks it might have a use as an industrial adhesive. This is a little way from original attention, but I do suppose it's a start. August 12th. I try so hard to be positive, but to be the person whose enthusiasm never once flags nor fails. Ooh, excuse me. But when you start hearing rumors that appall you to your very core, I try to shrug it off. But recently it's become harder to deny it. I've been hearing sounds from elevator shafts, the sounds of the wailing infant, crying out in pain before suddenly being silenced. That is no rumor. Sometimes I lay awake at night and I can hear the crying of children. I can't be dreaming. I saw Ingratiate to confess my fears. He gave me a prescription to help me sleep, but something in his eyes said that he knew I was hearing something real and worse. It was something he was hearing too. More rumors. Dr. Milan is using children in his research. I had to ignore it. If it were true, Kane would remove him immediately, surely. Even Dr. Gray appears to find it an uncomfortable subject for discussion, and this man who slept easily when Isaac got his left cheek torn off by the Queen. September 22nd. Is Dr. Gray short of staff again? Once again, I'm being forced to manage multiple projects. Only this time, it's an examination of an acutely destructive new spore that seems to be infecting a few of the pods. First observations, it's a parasitic fungus that grows faster than a common weed, and like a common weed, I feel it should be destroyed. But I know that Dr. Gray won't do it. He, like many of the other senior doctors, sees any new species as something to be exploited or weaponized. October 31st. In the darkness, something stirs. I can't say what. I'm too afraid to find out what it is. When Ivan and Theo disappeared a month back, we assumed they'd somehow deserted. That was the official stance taken by Dr. Milan and the board anyway. Last night's events proved that there is something on board with us, though God knows where it's from. The queen was more rambunctious than I've seen her before, and milking her was certainly more challenging than I'm used to. Edmund was assisting. We've been short on staff, and some of the volunteers are simply refusing to show for work. The queen's environment has been disturbed a great deal, and so her violent tendencies are more pronounced. Edmund was on his way to the hydroponics when it happened. Something pulled him into one of the air ducts. I didn't see much. I saw him walking towards the decontamination chamber, and the next moment his legs were kicking the air. Whatever it was dragged him up and into the ceiling while he squealed like a pig. I am resigning tomorrow. I do not sign up for a mad science. I came to Kane to serve humanity and clear my family's name, not to watch my crewmates be slaughtered by a species that Dr. Milan refuses to confirm or deny. December 3rd. If only I resigned when I said I would, and if only they would ignore my demands to have the infernal fungus destroyed. It's growing over me now. Over my skin. It's burrowing into my flesh. The insects attacked me again today, and it seems to be only worsening. Dr. Gray was destroyed by a swarm of them, and now he's only fertilizer for whatever ravenous mold he was so curious about. The uninfected are making an attempt to escape. This doesn't include me. The emergent flares keep the bugs away. I told them to give me the flare to hold back the bugs so they could get away. I hope they escape soon. This fungus is making my head feel funny. I'm sure I can feel it growing through my ear canal. From Dr. S. Gray to Dr. A. Teshu, foolish pranks. Azika, with the greatest respect, would you please stop the ridiculous prank your group insists on carrying on in the fertilization chambers? Oh. I will admit that they were hardly dangerous, but they are undignified. I certainly wouldn't like to be present when a Kane inspector stumbles upon young Theodore racing in front of the queen, hands above his head while shouting, "I'm covered in bees!" It is unprofessional. Please instruct them to cease the foolishness at once, Dr. Gray. I mean, he was covered in bees, you idiot. How come sometimes smart people are just so goddamn stupid? From Dr. E.F. Way to Dr. A. Tichua, a matter of spirit. Akisa, don't worry. I don't think that you're losing your mind. Ghosts are a possibility, but I expect that your hearing is perhaps the sounds of devices playing in other parts of the ship. I do believe at the moment that the corporeal world and the spirit world are very much divided, so try to calm yourself. If you would like, I can talk to someone in cargo storage about those sounds, but I wouldn't worry about it. This island is full of noises, but pay them no mind. For once, I'm quoting Shakespeare and not the Bible. Get some sleep and maybe do fewer night shifts, Eleanor. What do I have? So, wait a minute. Queen Chamber? Monday, healthy, docile, responsive to stimuli, milking as normal. Tuesday, no activity. Wednesday, healthy, heightened aggression, recommended milking with only experienced staff. Thursday, no activity. Friday, healthy, highly aggressive, 3% 1D to milking. Saturday, healthy, quiet, unusual brooding behavior, milking normal. Sunday, healthy, aggressive, 1 fatality via venom pouches. Queen's life cycle. Activate plants. Oh. We are one with the queen now. I thought we had to grab the milk from her.
Are you fucking kidding me?
What?
It's some sort of insect.
Keep your distance.
It's tied up. Doesn't look like it can get loose.
Tied up.
How big is it?
I got milk. Yeehaw.
No. Crazy.
Don't go near her. She's evil. She's evil incarnate. I remember it saying something about vaporizing it. Activate.
Vaporizer chamber compromised. Chamber is not airtight.
Stop freaking out, God.
I can try to make it fit, but it may break.
Let us save. Actually, let's save here. Okay, I guess we can only go in here now.
Oxygen levels increasing.
Oh my God. Okay. Wait, I need to check something real quick. Is the thingamaboober still there? Yes, it is. Okay.
I don't think that'll work.
Why not? Charles A. Young, security, Kane Sec, personal data tag 26093, security level 9. Jim Taylor, senior security. Kane said, yes. I need to get through them somehow. Moss-covered metal wall. Moss is spread across the surface of this wall, feeding on elements of the ore.
Oxygen levels increasing.
So wait, if we activate again, can we get more?
Probably not a good idea.
Did that make this disappear, or do we just have two now? Hey, we got multiple now. Okay. Up. Let me see. It can promote cat.
I don't think that'll work.
What do you mean? I remember in the report it was like when it comes in contact with like tree sap, it becomes like an adhesive and blah blah blah.
No, that won't work. No, that won't work.
Can we use it on ourselves?
No, that's ridiculous.
Come on, man. Wait, it's moving fast, huh?
It doesn't work like that.
Why doesn't it?
This isn't gonna work.
Okay, can I use the gun to make it stop so we can
this will
crossbow?
fit.
Well, never mind then, you asshole.
I don't think this will fit.
The milk cables.
Maybe if it...
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay.
I don't know what I was thinking there.
I was thinking you were gonna bash it like you did with that so-called refined organic material. Okay, back to the guide. Oh my god. Go, go, go.
That was too close.
I don't know how I was supposed to figure that out by myself, but okay. Pierced amber. The sap wells at the pierced amber deposit. Slowly spreads across the floor like honey. It's pungent and sweet. Tree stamp. Yay! But I remember we tried to go near the queen, and she was like, I ain't having none of that.
I can try to make it fit, but it may break.
Oh my god. Oh my god, that's such a dumb thing. You need to make it more obvious. There we go. Activate.
Vaporizer activated.
Vaporize, baby.
These don't go well together.
Okay. Well, I turned on the oxygen thingy. No, Jesus fucking Christ.
I don't know what I was thinking there. It doesn't work like that.
Oh my god.
I hate bugs.
Can I move now? Thank you. Thick vine. Growth agent has spurred the reaction of this vine. Blah, 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 blah. Let's turn that on.
Warning. Oxygen levels increasing to dangerous levels.
I don't care anymore.
Oxygen levels pose a fire hazard. See?
It's beautiful.
The oxygen garden's my favourite part of any ship. Green, full, natural.
Oh, there we are. I'm like, where are we? Plants. Verdant plant life covers nearly every surface of the room. Body engulfed in vines. The vines surround this body so completely that you're surprised that you notice it still draws breath. Unconscious, the soul must have been resting here for a while, unless the vines grew incredibly quick. Water collection pool. Every so often, the overflow from this collection pool spills into the human form below, anointing its face with water. Bridge and observation platform. The bridge spans a pair of observation platforms. Yes. Slow spinning fan. The leaves hanging near this fan rustle softly as they sway slowly and then breathe. Corpse. Marcos H. Valdez III. Training Academy personnel. Personnel data tag 28871, security level 1. What the fuck is this? Ooh. Donald Fryer, Protocol Officer, Groom Lake Calm. Personal data tag 29873, security level 1. Hanging Vine. What happened? Corpse. Frank, Bartender, Personal data tag 93029, security level 0. Doorway. The recessed lights around this door glow faintly, indicating that it's still powered up. So I'm guessing since it was like increased fire hazard here, I'm guessing we use this here?
I can't see it working like that. Nothing that'll just break it.
What? It said it was like there's a fire hazard, blah 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 blah. The vine ripples like the sinews of a giant's arm. If the vine continues to grow, the metallic support slat won't last much longer. Ooh. Oh, I can go this way. Okay.
Oh, God.
Thick vine. The thick muscular vine seems to pulse with life. It grows anymore. Blah, 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 blah. Stagnant water collection pool. Algae has left scum over the surface of the water of this stagnant pool. The vines from the lush carpet that covers rough metal flooring. Over the grove of vines, like the millions of silky steel wires of a suspension cable, the vines have abraded themselves so densely that the corridor is completely blocked. Stuck fans. The fans have grown through the air ducts and impede the function of fans. Eleanor Way. She is encrusted with fungus and vines, a human nerve center for the twisting growth around her. Appalling, she is still alive. PDA. Corpse. Grayson Mendel Cook, personal data tag 28547, security level 0. Inno Gudwa, nurse, general science division. Personal data tag 27983, security level 1. Please don't eat me.
I can get you out. I can cut you free.
Dude, how do you think you're gonna help her? She's fused with that vine. There's no way to actually help her. Eleanor F. Way. January 19th. The Lord is gracious and merciful. January 19th. The Lord is gracious and merciful. Slow to anger, great in loving kindness. The Lord is good to all. I simply wish his kindness had extended to Chelsea. The gallery chef told me that a few of the other crew members are uncomfortable with having an ARG patient on staff. I asked if her work was in any way below standard, at which point he grew uncomfortable and admitted exactly as I thought. No, she was a superb worker, but his team were uncomfortable with her anyway. Being a geneticist and a Christian may appear contradictory to most, but that is their burden, not mine. I believe in grace and mercy. It wasn't Chelsea's fault that she was born as ARG baby. James, my ex-husband, blamed me. James wanted her terminated, and when I refused, he packed up and left. That suits me. I'd rather be without an unloving husband and father than without my beautiful child. And she is beautiful, a gift from God, and for a ship full of the most supposedly forward-thinking people in the galaxy, their aversion to her condition repulses me. March 20th. Tolerance and patience are virtues greatly praised by the Lord. But aboard the Groom Lake, I find my stores of both these virtues sorely tested. I discovered through one of my subordinates that a new shipment arrived on board a few days ago, destined for Project Seed. My disapproval of the dangers of Seed are no secret. Considering the size of the shipment and the clear attempt to cut me out of the loop regarding the delivery, I suspect some of my colleagues are trying to mask the precise nature of what it is that has arrived. It is as I suspect. There will be no, and I mean no, lengths I will not go in order to dispose of Dr. Milan. Kane Corporation is a company for the promotion of the sciences, not for the sinister schemes and unprincipled ambitions of individuals. I have moral issues with Kane and their weapons research. It tests my faith, but Kane's medical breakthroughs have changed the world, and my world too. It's because of Kane-created research that Chelsea is even alive. This is why I do what I do. I work in genetics to find cures for my dearest Chelsea, and others like her. Not for money, it's my job to put things right for her. May 21st. I had lunch with Dr. Gray this afternoon. He is an odious little man and utterly misanthropic, but if you need somebody to talk about Project Seed, then there are a few people who would give information more freely. His ego easily outweighs his sense of confidentiality. Project leaders and project members are not allowed to discuss details, individual projects, and he can't resist himself. Nevertheless, he revealed disturbing details. I'm aware of our sample origins. We need human genetic material in order to develop cures for human beings. It's a hard truth, but there's paperwork, permission forms, and contracts to create this supply. That shipment has none of those things. September 25th. They're children. Oh God, in all your great mercy, how could you let Melan, that unholy monster, do this? It's taken months, but finally I found a young cargo worker named Danaka Boxer. She was referred to me as Dr. Tenchu, such a sweet girl. It seems that cargo was a combination of adults and children, all of whom were acquired through illegal channels for use in genetic research. I do not agree to this. I'll leave this place and take Chelsea with me before I spend 1 minute more working for a company that endorses the use of children in research. There are not enough words to describe the soulless creatures that did this. Revenge? I don't believe in revenge. Beloved, never avenge yourself, but leave it to the wrath of God. For it is written, "Vengeance is mine, I will repay," says the Lord. November 26. Where is she? The creatures are attacking in full force. The screams are over the radio. They're dying. They're all dying. I hear them scuttle through the vents, see the blood they spill and spray over the walls. Chelsea. Oh God, please bring her to me. I'm trapped in hydroponics. Please let my little girl find me. December 9th. Voice note. I can see Chelsea inches from me, lifeless. I contemplated taking my own life as she died just before my eyes. When those creatures attacked, the crew sealed off parts of the ship and I was left trapped in hydroponics. That fungus got me, and now it's inside, profaning my body. Its nerves wrapped around my cerebral cortex. I can feel it move. I try to move my arms, but it won't let me. It's making me watch the fungus consume my baby girl. I must watch and pray for the end to come. And then it does not depend on the man who wills or the man who runs, but on God who has mercy. From Dr. S. Gray to Dr. E.F. Way meal. Dr. Way, your comments are most flattering. I suspect, however, that a promotion isn't forthcoming because of the lack of attention paid to our section. Ignorance is frustrating. Our lack of understanding of what takes place at the top of this food chain is a great irritation to me. You do seem to be pushing relentless for information about this cargo, though, and I'm somewhat uncomfortable discussing it any further. I fear I may already have said too much. For the sake of your career, my dear, I suggest discontinuing your pursuit. You're a fine geneticist and are clearly one of the most talented people on the ship. Don't let it go to waste, Sebastian. Sebastian? Like from Black Butler? Dr. blah 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 to Dr. blah blah blah. A matter of spirit. Dr. Way. I know that you're a spiritual woman and at times receive a great deal of criticism for this, but I feel I can speak to nobody else. I'm well known for my positivity and chivalrousness, and I believe I've earned my nickname, Dr. Gray's Smile. I am haunted by what I'm hearing on this ship and wonder if perhaps it's merely induced by my own fears. Oh, the hell with it, I'll ask you straight out, do you believe in ghosts? You may think that I'm being ridiculous or delusional, but I can hear things, children crying, deep in the bowels of the ship. I work many late nights, and I'm convinced that I can hear crying through the vents. Where are these sounds coming from? I did hear rumors that the groom leg was refitted. A group of children were brought on board with their quarters were on this deck. There was a malfunction with the heating units, and, well, they all died. I don't want to seem like I'm wasting your time, but I enjoyed our talk yesterday, and your open-mindedness about matters of the soul. Kind regards, blah blah blah.
I'm gonna help you. I'm gonna help you end this. But you need to help me first. I don't need you to leave. I need you to crack this flare. The oxygen will ignite. Then you will die.
Oh my god.
Extreme external temperatures detected. Plug suit has regulated body temperature to benchmark level.
The fire systems just went haywire over here, John. What did you do?
I cleared the vines.
With a flamethrower?
Something like that.
Fire in Oxygen Gardens 1, 3, 5, 6, 9. Fire in Oxygen Gardens 2, 7, 8. Fire suppression system activated. Warning. Fire suppression system compromised. Warning.
Shit! Oxygen oxygen production has been compromised. Are the biomes still intact? Oh, God, please don't say you burned them out.
Just the one on this level.
It's caused a chain reaction, John. They're all going up. We have a time limit now. Hours at most.
Get my daughter right now.
Gardening, clear the vines. Bow, bow, shwow, shwow, bow, blow, blow.
You little shit! What have you done?
We killed your plants.
Fire cleanses. Mr. Marichek, I'm gonna make sure you burn for what you and your friends have done to me. To my own!
No, please. I have nothing to do with this.
You won't get much further. Goodbye.
Is he gonna blow up the elevator?
Shit here. Where is Rebecca?
She's in the containment area at the other end of Seed.
Okay. Well, with that, I believe we will call it a day. So thank you all so much for watching. I hope you had a wonderful time. I know I did. This game is crazy, dude. This game is absolutely insane. Oh my god. And I'm also happy that we were able to finally help that lady go to rest. But anyway, thank you all so much for watching, and I hope to see you all next time. Be safe, everybody.